So we're back in the Mi7, and we're talking about rows, and I had talked about a barbell or a dumbbell row, any kind of free weight row. It's not that confusing, but we had done it on that incredible 3D thing, Smith machine. Now, if you're in a place that has a functional trainer, if you're Jason's, you have several of these to choose from, I should say, or a version of thereof. You can do this exercise. This is an incredible way to do this on this one machine. I can't tell you how wonderful this home gym is. It's light commercial. It could go in a condominium. It could go in an apartment complex, that kind of thing. Personal training studio and that stuff. We have a side where it's the showroom, and we have this piece in it showing it off, and it's perfect for this TV show because I get to show you this in a quiet setting and then cut to the noisiness without the noise in the main gym. But anyway, so this is the way this goes, and I'm going to point out the advantage of it. Because it's independent weight stacks, you can see this. This is not the exercise, by the way. Don't get confused. This is not the exercise. This is kayaking upside down. A standing row would look something like this. You would drop down. All right. You don't need a lot of weight on this, right? You can imagine that you don't, because if you use too much weight, you're going to fall over, right? So you overcompensate that by dropping down, lowering your center of gravity. But I love cables for so many reasons. There's constant tension in both directions. Squeeze here, all right? Back to what we said earlier, the same thing with cables. Now, if you didn't have one of these, most places will have cables that go, like in our club in Foley, we don't have this kind of thing, but we've got a cable that slides up and down, adjustable, and you could put a single bar on it, and you would get the same effect. I'm just showing this off, and obviously you could do that on this machine. You and your wife or you and a buddy could be training together and both be doing rows with a single, like this bar. That's bar. You could be doing that at the same time, for instance. Or you could be doing a superset with a chest exercise in that. We do that a lot here. The reason I'm showing this off is that's making your core really activate because of the offset weight stacks. You're really having to concentrate. Does that make sense? And it's also giving you the constant tension. I want to show this off on the same thing as I did the bent over row, because people get confused about cables. Now the beauty of this is I'm going to go up to a higher level, not that high, right there. All right, same exercise, but because the cables are higher, I'm going to pull it above my chest. See that? And it doesn't take somebody that's an exercise scientist to figure out what's going on. All you have to do is a few reps. You'll feel that more in the upper back, the rear delt, rhomboids, upper trapezius, just because of the way you're pulling it. By the same token, I can still hear the English accent coming out. By the same token, if I drop it down now, and I drop back down, like I said, and pull it lower, it's more lower lat. I'd also say about this, to really concentrate before you start, engage, I can't see what you can see, engage your scapula and then row. If you'll do some of those every now and again, watch my scapula, retract, pull, then relax, scapula. It changes the feeling completely of this exercise, and it will help you in the long run to not have shoulder problems. A lot of times when we have shoulder problems, it's because we don't have that scapula mobility that we have. We get tight. It's almost like we've developed scar tissue. It's not true scar tissue, but it's from lesions from training and exercise and typing and, driving. We do all this force stuff. So if you take the time to really concentrate and retract the scapula before you row, you get a double whammy. That's a medical term. It's called the double whammy. I should have started with double whammy. That was the mistake I made in this segment completely.